Tonight, let your mind drift into the quiet glow of distant stars. Each point of light you see has traveled across the vastness of space, carrying calm, ancient warmth to your eyes. As you settle into the darkness, breathe slowly and let the universe unfold around you. This journey is gentle, steady, and meant to guide you softly toward rest. Have you ever wondered how a single beam of starlight finds its way to us, crossing the quiet dark for ages beyond memory? It drifts with a patience that feels almost human, moving through the vastness as if carrying a secret meant only for the night. Each photon begins its journey long before our world took shape, slipping past dust clouds and silent worlds unchanged by the distance. And when it finally touches your eyes, it arrives like a gentle reminder that time can be soft. In that tiny glow, the universe slows, inviting you to breathe, to settle, to feel held by something ancient. And as the light fades into thought, another calm begins, and in that lingering shimmer, you sense the quiet promise that more stars are waiting. Have you noticed how starlight feels softer once the world grows quiet? When evening settles and the noises of the day finally loosen their grip, the sky opens like a calm window, letting distant suns whisper their glow across the dark. In daylight, everything competes for attention, but at night, the universe speaks in a gentler voice. The faint shimmer above seems to slow your thoughts, as if the stars are breathing with you steady and unhurried. Their light arrives without demand, offering nothing but presence, nothing but calm. And in that quiet glow, the mind begins to drift, carried by something older than memory. Each tiny spark becomes a reminder that peace can come from far away and still feel close. And as the night deepens, curiosity quietly awakens. There is a special kind of quiet hidden inside the places where stars are born, a quiet so deep that even time seems to slow its steps. Within vast clouds of drift and dust and gas, tiny movements begin, soft pulls, gentle gatherings, so subtle that no eye could ever catch them. Gravity works like a patient breath, drawing scattered particles closer, letting them settle into an embrace that grows heavier with each passing moment. Nothing rushes here. The universe builds slowly, layering calm upon calm, shaping a future glow long before it appears. And as the cloud thickens, warmth begins to bloom, faint and steady, like the earliest hint of a heartbeat. Somehow, in that endless stillness, a star begins to imagine itself into existence, and from that imagined spark, another journey quietly unfolds. Deep within the heart of a young star, a gentle change begins, so quiet and steady that it feels more like a slow awakening than an explosion of power. Tiny hydrogen atoms, drifting through the star's warm center, start merging with one another, guided by pressure, by heat, by a calm insistence that has shaped the universe since its earliest days. The fusion is soft, almost whisper-like, releasing light that spreads outward in warm, patient waves. Nothing feels rushed here. The glow that emerges is the star's first true breath, a silent promise of the life it will carry for billions of years. And as that light moves toward the surface, it becomes the brightness we one day see from afar, soft, steady, comforting. A quiet glow meant for distant eyes, waiting in the dark. Every star carries its own quiet identity, shaped by the elements within it and the way its light travels through space. When starlight moves outward, it passes through layers of gas that filter certain colors, leaving behind a pattern as delicate as a fingerprint. These tiny shifts in color tell the story of what the star is made of, how hot it burns, and how it breathes across time. No two patterns are exactly the same, just as no two lives are the same. Even from unimaginable distances, a star reveals who it is through gentle hints hidden in its glow. And when that light reaches us, it brings a sense of starlight carries its own quiet warmth, expressed not in heat you can feel, but in colors that touch the mind gently. Soft red stars glow like distant embers, slow and comforting, while golden stars offer a balanced warmth that feels steady and familiar. Even the cooler blue stars, burning with immense energy, seem softened by the immense distance, their brilliance reduced to a calm tint against the night. Each color settles into the sky like a different kind of breath, guiding your thoughts toward slower rhythms. The spectrum becomes a palette of quiet moods, painting the darkness with hints of serenity. And as your eyes drift from one hue to another, you sense how even light has its own emotional temperature, gently shaping how you feel beneath the vast and quiet sky. Every star lives with a quiet rhythm, a heartbeat measured not in seconds, but in ages. From its first warm stirrings to its final gentle fade, a star moves through life with a patience that feels almost timeless. Small stars breathe slowly, holding their light for trillions of years, while larger ones burn with a faster, deeper pulse, living bright and brief before softening into memory. Yet each one follows the same calm cycle: birth, balance, transformation, a cosmic pattern repeated across the sky. When you think of these rhythms, your own breath begins to slow, matching the steady pace of distant suns. Their lives remind you that everything, even the brightest things, moves in natural phases. And somewhere in that realization, the night becomes softer, and time feels kind once again. When you look up at the night sky and notice a star gently flicker, it can feel like the universe is breathing with you. That soft shimmer isn't the star itself trembling, but the Earth's atmosphere bending its light, letting it waver ever so slightly as it reaches your eyes. Layers of warm and cool air shift the beam on its long journey downward, creating a tiny dance of brightness that feels delicate and alive. The flicker becomes a reminder that even something steady can appear to shimmer when seen through changing conditions. And somehow, that makes the stars feel closer, as if they're responding to the motions of our own world. In the quiet of night, that subtle twinkle becomes a gentle companion, and as it lingers, the sky grows even calmer. From the heart of every shining star, countless photons drift outward, beginning a journey so calm and unhurried that it feels like watching light learn to wander. Each photon moves alone, slipping between atoms, gliding through layers of radiant gas, taking thousands of years just to reach the star's surface. And once it escapes into space, the path opens endlessly, allowing the photon to stretch across the dark in perfect silence. No sound, no weight, just quiet motion through a universe that rarely rushes anything. By the time that small piece of light arrives at your eyes, it has crossed distances too large to imagine, yet it still feels gentle, almost fragile. And as it settles into your vision, you sense how softly the universe shares its glow, one photon at a time. As starlight travels farther and fades slowly into distance, it blends with the faint glow that fills all of space, a soft backdrop left from the universe's earliest moments. This quiet cosmic haze is always present, even when the sky seems perfectly dark, like a memory the universe never let go of. When the last traces of a star's light thin and scatter, they slip gently into this background, becoming part of a calm that stretches in every direction. It feels peaceful to imagine light drifting this way, losing its urgency, relaxing into the fabric of space itself. And as you picture that slow dissolve, something inside you settles too, recognizing that even the brightest things eventually rest. And in that endless quiet, the universe continues breathing softly, waiting for the next spark. In the vast stretches of space, far from the brightness of familiar stars, enormous clouds of dust and gas drift in a silence deeper than anything on Earth. These clouds move slowly, shaped by gentle currents and distant gravitational pulls, forming soft, shadowed landscapes that change over thousands of years. Within their quiet folds, light struggles to pass, creating pockets of darkness that feel peaceful rather than empty. Here, the universe seems to pause, holding its breath as particles float without hurry. These drifting clouds become the cradles of future stars, though nothing within them stirs loudly or quickly. Everything unfolds with the rhythm of deep time. And as you imagine these calm expanses, your thoughts begin to settle, drifting just as softly through the quiet spaces of your own night. Inside those drifting clouds, a gentle pull begins to form, so subtle at first that it feels like the universe is taking a slow, delicate breath. Gravity gathers tiny specks of dust and gas, drawing them closer in the softest embrace. There is no rush, no sudden motion, just a steady gathering, as if the cloud itself is exhaling calm and inhaling potential. Over long stretches of time, these faint movements create patterns, shaping loose material into denser pockets where new light will one day awaken. The entire cloud seems to pulse with this quiet rhythm, expanding and contracting in ways too slow for any eye to see. And as you imagine this endless breathing, your own breath naturally slows, aligning with the silent heartbeat of forming stars. As gravity continues its patient work, the cloud's quiet folds begin to thicken, drawing more material toward a single, gentle center. In this growing cradle, faint warmth starts to bloom, almost imperceptible at first, like the earliest hint of dawn behind a distant hill. Particles collide softly, sharing their heat, and the darkness around them shifts from cold emptiness to a subtle glow only the universe can see. This slow gathering is not yet a star, but the promise of one, a small pocket of light learning how to form. Nothing shines outward, yet everything inside whispers of the brightness to come. And as this hidden glow strengthens, you feel a quiet reassurance, knowing that even in darkness, light is always preparing itself. And somewhere in that warmth, a future brilliance waits. Deep within the thickening cloud, the gentle warmth gathers until it begins to shape itself into something new, something that feels like the first quiet stirring of life. The material at the center grows denser, wrapped in layers of calm dust that protect it from the cold surrounding space. Slowly, a soft pulse forms, not yet light, not yet fire, but a steady rise in heat that hints at awakening. This is the moment a protostar begins to breathe, held in a cocoon where every movement is tender and unhurried. The universe nurtures it in silence, allowing it to grow without pressure or haste. And as this faint, forming core strengthens, your thoughts drift with it, following its gentle ascent toward becoming a star, a quiet beginning glowing in the dark. As the protostar gathers itself, the warmth at its core begins to steady, growing into a gentle heat that feels more like a soft hum than a flame. This warmth is delicate, rising from countless quiet collisions between particles pressed close by gravity's calm guidance. Nothing flares or bursts. The temperature climbs with patience, as if the universe understands that true light needs time. In this sheltered center, heat becomes a kind of comfort, holding the forming star together while it prepares for the brilliance ahead. The surrounding cloud absorbs the growing glow, keeping everything dim and peaceful. And as this warmth settles into balance, it feels like the quiet promise of future radiance, a slow gathering of strength waiting for the moment it will shine, a beginning held gently in the dark. Deep in the protostar's heart, the gentle heat continues to rise until a quiet threshold is reached, one so subtle that the universe barely seems to notice. Here, in the stillness, hydrogen atoms begin to touch with enough warmth to merge, releasing the faintest spark of energy. It isn't a blaze or a burst, it's a whisper, a soft beginning that marks the first true step toward becoming a star. This peaceful ignition spreads slowly, creating a delicate glow that fills the core like a warm breath. The surrounding layers respond with calm expansion, adjusting to the new rhythm forming within. And as this whisper of fusion steadies, it becomes a quiet song of creation, a star's earliest voice, speaking softly through the dark, preparing to share its light with the universe. As fusion grows stronger at the heart of the forming star, a gentle tension begins to rise. From within, light pushes outward, trying to stretch the star open. From the outside, gravity pulls inward, holding everything close. Instead of clashing, these two forces settle into harmony, creating a balance so steady it feels like a cosmic breath held perfectly in place. This equilibrium is what allows the star to exist, neither collapsing nor bursting, but resting in a peaceful middle ground. Every moment, outward warmth meets inward pull, forming a quiet partnership that keeps the star shining for ages. And when you imagine this balance, something in you softens too, recognizing that stability often comes from opposite forces learning how to rest together. A calm held gently between push and pull. In the regions where stars are born, silence wraps around everything like a soft blanket. Sound cannot travel through the vacuum of space, so even the grandest motions, collisions of dust, the slow pull of gravity, the gathering of entire clouds, unfold without a whisper. This quiet is not emptiness. It is a gentle stillness where creation happens in complete peace. Light struggles to escape the thick dust, making these zones dim and sheltered, like rooms where the universe speaks in low tones. Here, new stars form in privacy, their earliest moments hidden from bright eyes. And as you picture these calm spaces, untouched by noise or rush, your thoughts begin to mirror that quiet. In imagining their silence, you find your own, a calm cradle where new light slowly awakens. When light finally slips through the drifting clouds of gas and dust, it paints the nebula with colors so gentle they feel almost dreamlike. Soft reds, faint blues, and warm golds blend like quiet brushstrokes across the darkness, shaped by the elements within the cloud and the newborn stars hidden inside. These hues are not loud or sharp. They glow with a calm, steady presence, illuminating the vast shapes of the nebula as if revealing a cosmic watercolor. Every color tells a story: hydrogen glowing pink, oxygen shining blue, dust scattering starlight into warm amber tones. Together, they create a sky that feels both ancient and comforting. And as your imagination drifts through these colors, you sense their warmth settling inside you, a calm palette painted across the night. Once a new star ignites, there is no sudden roar or blaze, only a deep settling, as if the universe exhales in quiet satisfaction. The surrounding cloud slowly thins, drifting aside to reveal the soft, steady glow of a star taking its place among the countless others. After the long, hidden processes of gathering, warming, and awakening, the moment of ignition brings not chaos, but balance. Light begins to flow outward in gentle waves, touching the leftover dust with a golden calm that spreads through the region like dawn. The newborn star no longer struggles to form, it simply shines, anchored by the harmony within its core. And as this calm expands into space, you feel your own thoughts soften, warmed by the idea of new light beginning its peaceful journey. A star's daily life unfolds with a steadiness that feels almost timeless. From the moment it settles into its long, stable phase, each day becomes a gentle repetition of quiet forces at work. Deep inside, fusion glows with a soft constancy, releasing light that rises slowly through layers of gas before drifting into space. Nothing rushes, nothing shifts suddenly. The star holds its shape through a calm balance of pressure and gravity, breathing out warmth in every direction. Planets, dust, and distant travelers move around it, guided by its steady pull. And through all this, the star continues its patient shining, offering light without expectation. Imagining this peaceful routine brings a kind of ease, a reminder that even the most powerful things can live in quiet harmony. A star remains steady for ages because its inner forces learn how to hold each other in perfect, gentle balance. Deep at the core, fusion pushes outward with warm, expanding light, while gravity pulls inward with patient strength. These two motions meet in a quiet harmony, neither winning, neither fading, simply resting together in a long, peaceful agreement. This balance allows a star to shine with the same calm glow day after day, century after century, creating a stability that feels almost eternal. Even as it slowly uses its fuel, the change is so gradual that the star appears unchanged across the lifetimes of entire civilizations. Thinking of this enduring steadiness brings a sense of comfort, a reminder that some things in the universe remain beautifully constant. Inside every shining star, an elegant balance unfolds, shaped by two forces that move in opposite but harmonious ways. Heat from the core pushes outward, carrying light and energy through the star's layers, while gravity gently pulls everything inward, keeping the star gathered and whole. These forces meet in a quiet middle ground, creating a stability that feels almost like a long cosmic inhale held perfectly in place. Neither side overwhelms the other. Instead, they settle into a peaceful rhythm that lasts for billions of years. This balance is what allows a star to glow steadily in the sky, offering light without flicker or strain. And when you picture this delicate harmony, you can feel a similar calm rising within you, a reminder that even opposing pressures can create lasting peace. From the quiet surface of a star, tiny streams of particles drift outward, flowing through space like a soft, continuous breath. These stellar winds are not fierce storms, but gentle currents, carrying bits of the star's warmth across the void. They move slowly, spreading out in all directions, shaping dust clouds, brushing past wandering planets, and adding a faint whisper of motion to the stillness of space. Though born from immense heat, these winds travel with surprising calm, thinning as they go, becoming almost weightless the farther they drift. They remind us that even great power can express itself softly, leaving delicate traces rather than dramatic marks. And as you imagine these quiet streams moving endlessly outward, you feel yourself carried with them, floating peacefully through the vast, starlit dark. Around a newly settled star, dust and gas begin to circle in slow, graceful loops, guided by the star's steady pull. At first, the motion is gentle and drifting, like soft rings forming on still water. Over long stretches of time, these tiny grains collide, cling, and gather, growing into larger shapes, pebbles, stones, and eventually the seeds of future worlds. All of this happens in complete silence, without a single sound to mark the birth of a planet. The calm is so deep that even the grandest formations unfold like quiet choreography in the dark. As these swirling materials thicken into orbits and outlines, the space around them grows more defined, hinting at the worlds to come. And in imagining their silent beginnings, your mind settles into its own quiet orbit. Every star holds a gentle authority within the vastness, quietly anchoring the space around it. Its gravity reaches outward in all directions, drawing planets, comets, and drifting dust into calm, predictable paths. This pull is steady and patient, shaping entire systems without force or haste. Because of this silent stability, worlds find their rhythms, moons trace their loops, and orbits settle into long, peaceful patterns. A star does not command with noise, it guides with presence, offering a center for everything nearby to lean toward. And as you imagine this quiet anchoring, you may feel a similar stillness forming inside you, a reminder that even in great emptiness, something steady can hold everything gently together. A soft center of gravity in a drifting universe, offering balance in the dark. There is a special range of starlight gentle enough to warm a world without overwhelming it, a quiet brightness that allows oceans to form, air to soften, and life to slowly rise. This habitable light spreads outward in calm, steady waves, carrying just the right amount of warmth for distant planets to flourish. It does not scorch or fade too quickly. It lingers with patience, offering a stable glow that nurtures rather than harms. Within this soft zone, a planet can hold water, grow seasons, and cradle life in peaceful cycles. The idea that a single star can create such a delicate balance feels both humbling and comforting. And as you imagine that gentle warmth drifting across space, you sense how light can become a refuge, shaping quiet worlds in the dark. Far across the galaxy, many stars release faint pulses of light, tiny variations so gentle that only careful watching can reveal them. These subtle shifts are not signs of distress, but natural breaths of the star itself. Small expansions, slight contractions, rhythms form deep within their glowing hearts. From afar, these pulses look like soft twinkles, quiet signatures that each star carries through the dark. They travel across space with patient grace, reaching us long after they first began. Listening to these distant rhythms feels like hearing the universe hum under its breath, steady and calm. And as you imagine those soft pulses moving through the night, you may sense your own thoughts falling into sync with them. A quiet beat, echoing across time, gently guiding you deeper into stillness. Within every star, magnetic fields weave gentle patterns, forming loops and arcs that rise and fall in slow, graceful motions. Though created by immense forces deep inside the star, these magnetic shapes drift with surprising softness, moving like silent tides across the surface. They guide streams of charged particles, shaping the star's winds and adding a quiet rhythm to its glow. From far away, these motions appear serene, their energy softened by distance until only calm light remains. Even when the fields shift or twist, the change happens over long stretches of time, giving the star a steady, composed presence. And as you picture these invisible currents drifting through a star's warm layers, you might feel a gentle stillness settle within you, a reminder that even hidden forces can move peacefully. A star's entire existence rests on a harmony so delicate yet so enduring that it feels almost like a cosmic meditation. Deep within, fusion creates a soft outward push, while gravity continues its slow inward pull. Instead of clashing, these forces learn to balance each other, forming a quiet agreement that keeps the star shining steadily for ages. This equilibrium is not a moment. It is a long, gentle state, maintained with calm precision. Light rises through the star's layers at the same pace that gravity gathers them, creating a rhythm that never feels rushed. When you imagine this peaceful balance, it becomes easy to understand why stars appear so constant in the night sky. Their harmony becomes a comfort, a glowing reminder that stability can be both powerful and serene. Red stars glow with the quiet warmth of distant embers, shining softly in the dark like the final glow of a fading fire. Their light is gentle, never harsh, carrying a calm that settles easily into the night. These stars burn cooler than their brighter cousins, allowing them to live for astonishing lengths of time, billions upon billions of years spent in steady, peaceful radiance. From far away, their deep red hue feels comforting, like a warm blanket wrapped around the sky. They flicker less, change slowly, and hold their glow with the patience of something that has all the time in the universe. And as you picture these quiet cosmic embers drifting through space, you may feel their warmth reaching you, inviting your thoughts to slow and rest beside them. Blue stars burn with incredible heat, their surfaces glowing with a brilliance far greater than most suns. Yet, from the vast distances that separate us, their intense light softens into something strangely calming. Their deep blue hue feels cool and serene, as if the heat within them has been wrapped in the quiet of space. These stars live fast, shining fiercely for a short time before fading, but while they glow, they paint the sky with a purity that feels almost peaceful. Their light travels across unimaginable distances, losing its harsh edges, arriving at Earth as a gentle shimmer. And, as you imagine, these powerful stars glowing softly from afar, you sense how distance can turn even the most intense energy into calm beauty, carried lightly across the night. Yellow suns glow with a warmth that feels steady and familiar, offering light that neither overwhelms nor fades too quickly. Their color sits gently between the coolness of white stars and the deep amber glow of red ones, creating a balance that feels comforting to the eye and calming to the mind. These stars shine with a dependable rhythm, releasing energy at a pace that nurtures the worlds around them. Their light softens shadows, warms surfaces, and creates the gentle cycles that make life possible. When you imagine a yellow sun hanging quietly in space, its glow feels like a reassuring presence, bright enough to guide, gentle enough to soothe, and as its steady light spreads outward, it carries with it a sense of harmony, settling the night with quiet confidence. White stars shine with a clean, steady brightness, their light carrying the quiet confidence of something perfectly balanced. neither too warm nor too cool. They glow with a purity that feels almost transparent, as if nothing stands between their core and the endless dark around them. Their surfaces shimmer with calm intensity, radiating energy in smooth, even waves that travel outward without hurry. From far away, their light feels crisp but gentle, a soft presence that brightens the sky without overwhelming it. These stars live stable lives, holding their form with remarkable poise as they burn through their long, quiet chapters. Imagining their steady glow brings a sense of clarity, like a deep breath taken under a clear sky. Calm, bright, and unwavering. Silent stability, shining in the night. Brown dwarfs drift through space with a quiet presence, existing in the gentle space between planets and stars. They are warm, but not bright, glowing with a faint reddish-brown hue that often slips unnoticed through the darkness. These almost stars never ignite full fusion in their cores, so their light remains soft, more like a lingering warmth than a shining flame. Yet there is something comforting about their subtlety. They move through the galaxy without urgency, carrying a steady heat that fades slowly over time. Their calm existence reminds us that not everything needs to shine boldly to have a place in the universe. And as you picture these dim, peaceful wanderers drifting through the night, you may feel a similar ease settling within you, quiet, steady, softly glowing. Across the universe, every star adds its own note to a quiet symphony shaped by temperature. Cool red stars hum with low, gentle tones, their soft light drifting like a slow melody through the dark. Warmer yellow suns carry a balanced warmth, offering a steady middle note that feels familiar and comforting. Hot blue giants ring bright and high, their intense heat softened by distance into a delicate shimmer. Together, these temperatures form a cosmic harmony, each color and warmth blending into a vast, peaceful composition. Nothing clashes. Every star contributes to the calm. Imagining this silent symphony spreading across the sky brings a sense of order, a reminder that even extremes can blend into beauty. A universe humming softly through gradients of light. Different colors of starlight carry quiet feelings with them, shaping the mood of the night in gentle ways. Soft red tones bring warmth and grounding, like embers glowing quietly after a long day. Golden light feels balanced and comforting, offering a sense of familiarity that eases the mind. Cool white or blue hues create clarity, inviting thoughts to open and drift into spacious calm. Even though these colors travel across unimaginable distances, they still touch something human within us, guiding our emotions the way twilight guides the shift from day to evening. As you imagine the sky washed with these subtle shades, you may notice your own feelings adjusting, settling into a softer rhythm. Light becomes not just brightness, but a quiet companion that shapes the way we rest. Red giants glow with the deep warmth of ancient memory, their swollen surfaces shining like lanterns carried through the dark by time itself. These stars have lived long, steady lives, and now, in their expanded form, they breathe light with a slower, fuller rhythm. Their outer layers drift outward in gentle waves, creating a soft glow that seems to hang in space like a calm sunset that never ends. Though they are nearing the later chapters of their existence, nothing about them feels hurried. They radiate wisdom, patience, and a quiet reminder that change can be beautiful. Imagining these vast, ember-like giants floating peacefully across the galaxy brings a feeling of softness, as if the universe itself is exhaling. Ancient light, still warm, still kind, still drifting through the night. As a star nears the end of its long journey, its light begins to soften, fading in a way that feels more peaceful than sorrowful. The once steady glow grows dimmer, releasing its final warmth in slow, gentle breaths. Layers of gas drift outward like quiet sighs, forming delicate shells that glow faintly before dissolving into space. Nothing happens abruptly. The star's final moments unfold with the grace of a candle gently shrinking after a long night. This fading light carries no fear, only the serenity of completion, the calm acceptance of a cycle closing. And as its glow thins into the darkness, it leaves behind a lingering sense of stillness, a soft reminder that even the brightest things rest. A quiet ending, drifting into the vast embrace of space. Across the night sky, every hue written by the stars feels like a line of quiet poetry, shaping the darkness with gentle meaning. Soft reds speak of warmth and endurance, while golden tones murmur of balance and familiar comfort. Blues whisper of clarity and distance, offering a cool calm that settles the mind. Even the faintest tints, subtle pinks, pale whites, muted violets, blend into the sky like verses carried on a slow breath. These colors are not loud or demanding. They drift together, forming a silent poem that stretches across the universe. And as you imagine these shades flowing through the night, you may feel their softness settling into you, each color a gentle phrase, a quiet, cosmic poem written in light, easing your thoughts into calm. In the quiet depths of vast nebulae, stars often begin their lives side by side, gathering from the same drifting clouds of dust and gas. They form in clusters, like tiny sparks awakening together in a sheltered corner of the universe. Each star develops at its own pace, yet their early journeys overlap, shaped by the same gentle pulls of gravity and the same soft pockets of warmth. There is something comforting about this shared beginning, as if the stars are born with companions, glowing quietly in one another's company. These forming groups drift slowly through space, staying close for millions of years before gradually wandering apart. And as you picture these young stars rising together, you may feel the softness of belonging, a calm reminder that even light starts life with others nearby. Open clusters drift through the galaxy like gentle cosmic neighborhoods, groups of young stars shining together in loose, delicate patterns. They are not tightly bound. Instead, they spread across space with the relaxed grace, giving each star room while still sharing a quiet connection. These clusters glow softly against the dark, their stars similar in age and origin, moving through the galaxy as a calm family of light. Over time, they slowly drift apart, but while they remain together, they offer a sense of harmony, each star a small home within a larger peaceful community. Imagining these neighborhoods floating through space brings a feeling of companionship, reminding you that even in the vast universe, clusters of closeness exist, a serene gathering of stars, traveling side by side through the night. Globular clusters hang in the galaxy like ancient cities of light, densely packed with hundreds of thousands of old glowing stars. Their centers shine with a quiet brilliance, each star nestled close to its neighbors, forming a sphere so rich with radiance that it feels almost timeless. These clusters have existed for billions of years, older than most structures in the cosmos, holding memories written in starlight. From afar, They look like shimmering lanterns suspended in the dark, their tightly gathered stars moving together with slow, graceful unity. Walking through one in your imagination feels like wandering through an ancient, silent metropolis, crowded, ageless, and peaceful. And as you picture that glowing city drifting through space, you sense the calm wisdom carried by stars that have seen so much time. Stars within a cluster move together through the galaxy like a gentle flock, their paths aligned by the shared gravity that once formed them. Though each star travels at its own pace, the group drifts as a calm collective current, weaving slowly through the vast dark. From far away, this shared motion appears seamless, as if the stars are gliding in quiet agreement, carrying traces of their origin with them. Over millions of years, their trajectories stretch and shift, yet the memory of their early unity remains reflected in the harmony of their motion. Imagining these stars journeying side by side brings a feeling of peaceful companionship, a reminder that even across enormous distances, things can move together softly, held by the echoes of where they began. Long ago, our sun began its life within a cluster of many other newborn stars, all formed from the same ancient cloud of dust and gas. These stars were its siblings, glowing softly alongside it in their earliest moments, sharing the same cradle of cosmic material. Over millions of years, the cluster slowly drifted apart, each star carried away on its own gentle path through the galaxy. Somewhere out there, those siblings still shine, quiet points of light scattered across the sky, distant yet forever connected by origin. Imagining them brings a sense of warmth, knowing our sun once had companions in its first steps of creation. And as you picture those early siblings drifting farther and farther away, you feel the tender beauty of beginnings shared, then softly separated. Within every star cluster, gravity weaves a gentle harmony, drawing each star into a shared, balanced motion. No single star leads or commands. Instead, they respond to one another with quiet cooperation, creating a slow dance that unfolds over millions of years. Their combined pull shapes the cluster into a soft, rounded form, where every movement feels guided by an unseen rhythm. Even as individual stars drift slightly or shift their paths, the cluster as a whole remains steady, held together by this collective embrace. It's a unity born not from force, but from presence, each star contributing its own small weight to the calm order of the group. And as you imagine this gravitational harmony, you may feel a deeper sense of stillness, as though your thoughts, too, are gently held in place. As the ages pass, the gentle pull holding star clusters together slowly weakens, allowing individual stars to wander outward on their own quiet paths. This drifting happens so gradually that it feels less like separation and more like a soft release, each star carried away by the galaxy's broad currents. There is no sudden break, just millions of years of slow, graceful motion as siblings of light move farther from their birthplace. Though the cluster thins, a faint memory of their shared beginning remains, carried in the direction they travel, and the stories written in their starlight. Imagining this peaceful drifting brings a sense of acceptance, a reminder that even when things part ways, the connection of origin stays gentle within them, a slow scattering, touched by calm inevitability. Every star, whether alone or born in a cluster, follows a gentle orbit around the center of the galaxy. These paths are vast and slow, taking hundreds of millions of years to complete a single circuit. Yet the motion feels effortless, as if each star is gliding along a calm current woven through space. There is no rush, no sharp turns, only a smooth, continuous drift shaped by the galaxy's broad embrace. From afar, these orbits resemble a silent dance, countless stars moving together while never touching, each one carrying its own quiet story. Imagining this grand motion brings a soothing sense of perspective, a reminder that everything unfolds in its own patient rhythm. A soft spiral through the dark, steady and unhurried, guiding stars through the timeless night. Star clusters hold the quiet memories of their beginnings, preserving traces of the ancient clouds that shaped them. Each star carries the same elemental fingerprint, a soft reminder that they were born together in the same cradle of dust and gas. Even after drifting apart, the clusters shared chemistry and gentle motion whisper stories of their origin, like siblings keeping fragments of a childhood long past. These clusters drift through the galaxy as living archives, glowing with the history of places that no longer exist. When astronomers study them, they read these memories in the starlight itself, uncovering echoes of the universe's early chapters. And as you picture these luminous memory keepers floating through the night, you feel the comfort of continuity, a sense that nothing truly disappears. It only spreads outward softly. Across the galaxy, families of stars follow patterns shaped by their shared beginnings, leaving gentle clues in the way they move and shine. Though they may drift far apart over time, their similarities remain. A matching glow, a familiar composition, a direction that echoes the place they once called home. These patterns stretch across vast distances, connecting stars that seem unrelated, yet carry the quiet signature of a shared past. It is as if the universe leaves soft threads behind, weaving distant points of light into subtle constellations of ancestry. When you imagine these cosmic families, scattered but still connected, a sense of belonging settles in. Light remembers where it came from, and in its memory, the night sky becomes warmer, shaped by relationships hidden deep within the stars. Supergiant stars rise in the galaxy like peaceful giants, their vast forms stretching so wide that even imagination struggles to hold their size. They glow with a calm, steady radiance, filling entire regions of space with soft light that seems to drift endlessly outward. Though they are immense, hundreds, even thousands of times larger than stars like our sun, their presence feels gentle from afar, more like a warm horizon than a blazing fire. Their surfaces move in slow, sweeping patterns, each pulse unfolding over long stretches of time. Standing beside one in thought feels like standing beside a quiet mountain of light, ancient and serene. And as you picture their enormous calm, a sense of perspective settles in, reminding you how softly greatness can shine in the vastness of space. Despite their immense size, larger stars burn with a kind of unexpected grace, their powerful cores releasing energy in smooth, flowing waves. Deep inside, fusion happens at an incredible pace, yet the light that rises from these depths spreads outward with calm steadiness. Their vast layers soften the intensity, creating a glow that feels refined rather than chaotic. Even their turbulence moves slowly, shaping gentle patterns across their surfaces that change over long spans of time. These stars hold their brilliance with a quiet poise, as if they understand the weight of their own grandeur. And when you imagine their graceful burn, you sense how something so powerful can still express itself with softness, a reminder that calm can exist even within immense energy, shining patiently into the night. On the surfaces of supergiant stars, patterns unfold with a slowness that feels almost hypnotic. Enormous currents of gas rise and fall in gentle waves, each movement stretching across distances larger than entire planets. These motions form bright patches and dimmer regions that shift like soft tides spreading across a glowing sea. Nothing about these changes feels rushed. They drift patiently, shaped by deep forces moving far below. Watching them in your mind is like observing clouds that take centuries to drift from one shape to another. Their scale makes every motion appear graceful, even soothing. And as you picture these vast drifting patterns, you may feel your own thoughts slowing to match their pace, a quiet alignment with the calm rhythm of a star breathing through the ages. As supergiant stars grow older, their outer layers begin to stretch outward, forming vast envelopes of gas that expand with the gentlest motion. This swelling is not violent or sudden. It unfolds like a slow breath released into the dark, each layer drifting farther from the core in calm, graceful waves. The surface cools as it widens, giving the star a softer glow, like a lantern wrapped in a delicate veil. These expanding envelopes move quietly through space, shaping the star into a gentle giant whose light spreads wider and warmer. Imagining this slow unfolding brings a sense of ease, as if the universe is showing how even great transformations can happen softly. A star growing spacious and tender, opening itself to the darkness with peaceful acceptance. Within massive stars, subtle tremors ripple through their layers, gentle vibrations caused by the shifting balance of heat, pressure, and gravity. These tremors are not destructive. They are the star's quiet way of adjusting itself, like a deep, steady exhale after holding a long breath. Each wave moves slowly, passing through regions of glowing gas and softly reshaping the star's surface. From a distance, these motions look like a faint shimmering, a delicate pulse that reveals the living rhythm within the star. Though they involve immense forces, the result feels calm, almost soothing, as if the star is humming to itself. And as you imagine these gentle tremors drifting through a giant's form, you may feel your own inner tension easing, settling into a softer, more peaceful cadence. Betelgeuse, one of the sky's most familiar giants, moves with a slow, steady pulse that feels almost like the heartbeat of the night. Its vast surface expands and contracts over many months, creating gentle cycles of brightness that rise and fade with patient rhythm. From Earth, these changes appear subtle, a soft dimming, followed by a quiet return of light, as if the star is breathing in long measured intervals. Despite its enormous size and turbulent interior, the motion feels calm from afar, an ancient rhythm unfolding in the dark. Betelgeuse's pulse reminds us that even the largest beings in the universe move through phases with grace, not haste. And as you imagine this giant exhaling its slow glow, you may find your own breath falling into an easier, quieter pattern. Rare blue giants shine with an intensity few other stars can match, yet from great distances their brilliance softens into a serene, icy glow. These massive stars burn incredibly hot, their surfaces glowing with deep blue light that hints at the immense energy within. But because they are so far away, their fierceness becomes calm in our sky, like a bright echo softened by distance. They are short-lived compared to other stars, living fast and fading young, but while they shine, they bring a clarity to the cosmos, sharp, pure, and strangely peaceful. Their rarity makes them feel like precious jewels scattered across the galaxy, glowing with quiet distinction. And as you imagine these rare giants shimmering in the dark, you may sense a cool stillness settle gently around you. Even the most powerful stars, whose cores churn with unimaginable energy, appear calm and gentle when seen from far across the galaxy. Distance softens their brilliance, turning fierce light into a quiet radiance that drifts across space like a soft breath. Their storms, their heat, their restless surfaces, all of it blends into a steady glow once the light has traveled long enough. What reaches us is the peaceful echo, the softened memory of their true power. This gentle radiance reminds us that perspective can transform even the most intense forces into something soothing. As you imagine these distant beacons shining with tranquil light, you may feel their calm settling into you, a quiet reassurance carried across unimaginable distances, light that began with fire, arriving as serenity. Even the most massive stars towering far beyond the size of our sun carry their weight with surprising calm. Their enormous mass does not create disorder. Instead, it forms a deeper balance, where gravity and heat learn to hold one another in steady harmony. The stronger the pull inward, the more gracefully the outward light responds, creating a smooth equilibrium that keeps the star whole. From the outside, these giants seem peaceful, their glow spreading gently through space without any hint of the powerful forces within. Their size brings stability rather than turmoil, like a vast ocean whose surface remains quiet despite the depth below. And as you imagine this balanced strength, you may feel your own worries soften, reminded that greatness doesn't need to be loud. It can rest in quiet order. Some stars become familiar guides in the night sky, glowing with a steady presence that feels almost like companionship. These night sky icons, bright supergiants, colorful suns, and ancient giants, anchor our attention as we look upward, offering dependable points of light in the shifting dark. Their brightness makes them easy to find, yet their calm glow keeps them gentle on the eyes, like lanterns placed in the vastness to help us feel oriented. Over centuries, people have named them, followed them, and woven them into stories, giving their steady light a place in human memory. Imagining these icons resting quietly in the sky brings a sense of constancy, a reminder that some things remain unchanged even as time flows around us. Familiar stars, softly watching over the night. Red dwarfs glow with the quiet persistence of eternal flames, burning slowly and steadily through the ages. Their light is soft, a gentle red that feels warm and unhurried, like the last ember of a fire that never quite fades. These stars use their fuel with remarkable care, stretching their lives across trillions of years, far longer than most stars could ever imagine. Because of this, they remain calm and consistent, their small size giving them a peaceful resilience. In the night sky, their glow may appear faint, but their endurance makes them some of the most reliable companions in the galaxy. Imagining these tiny, tireless stars brings a sense of comfort, as if their quiet longevity whispers that some lights are meant to last, burning gently through cosmic time. Red dwarfs shine with a cool, calm luminosity that feels more like a soft breath than a brilliant blaze. Their light drifts gently through space, faint but steady, creating a glow that soothes rather than overwhelms. Because they burn at lower temperatures, their radiance carries a quiet subtlety, spreading slowly outward in soft red waves. This gentle shine allows them to conserve energy, giving them extraordinarily long lives that unfold in peaceful continuity. Their calm luminosity becomes a kind of cosmic whisper, a reminder that brightness does not need intensity to be meaningful. As you picture their soft glow drifting through the darkness, you may sense a similar tranquility settling inside you, light that asks for nothing, yet offers a steady, comforting presence in the vast quiet of space. Red dwarfs live in a state of remarkable steadiness, changing so slowly that their appearance can remain almost the same for billions of years. Their small size and cool temperatures allow them to burn their fuel with extraordinary care, releasing energy in a gentle, controlled way. Because they mix their hydrogen evenly from core to surface, they never run out quickly or flare unpredictably. Instead, they shine with a quiet consistency, as if time itself moves more slowly around them. Their stability makes them some of the calmest stars in the galaxy, glowing softly through cosmic ages without urgency or tension. Imagining their unchanging light brings a sense of peaceful continuity, a reminder that constancy exists even in a universe of motion. Some stars, like some moments, simply endure. Planets circling red dwarfs live in a gentle kind of twilight, warmed by the soft, steady glow of their quiet suns. Because these stars shine with cooler light, their worlds often bask in hues of deep orange and muted red, creating landscapes touched by a constant calming dusk. Days may feel longer, shadows softer, and the warmth more evenly spread, giving these planets a soothing atmosphere unlike anything near brighter stars. The steady glow means few dramatic changes, just a peaceful, reliable warmth that settles across the surface like a comforting blanket. Imagining these twilight worlds brings a sense of tranquil wonder, as if life there would bloom slowly and quietly beneath the perpetual sunset. A warm, lingering light that guides each moment with gentle calm. Though red dwarfs shine with a calm and steady glow, they sometimes release brief flares, sudden bursts of energy that flash across their surfaces. Yet even these moments of intensity soften quickly with distance, blending back into the star's gentle red light. The contrast between the flare's spark and the usual calm creates a quiet rhythm, like the quick flicker of a candle before it settles again. These flares remind us that even the most peaceful stars have moments of activity, but their small size keeps the overall light soft and steady. From far away, the star's warmth returns to its usual calm, glowing without strain. And as you imagine this interplay of bright bursts and gentle radiance, you sense how even brief sparks can exist within lasting tranquility. Red dwarfs are among the universe's most enduring companions, living not just for billions of years, but for trillions. Lifespan so long that no red dwarf has ever reached its final stage. Their slow, careful burn allows them to stretch time in a way no other stars can, glowing gently while entire galaxies shift around them. They conserve their fuel with extraordinary patience, releasing light in quiet, measured breaths that never waver. Over ages longer than human imagination, they remain steady, unchanged by the universe's restless motions. To picture a star that outlives civilizations, planets, even galaxies themselves, is to feel the depth of cosmic endurance. And as you imagine this timeless glow, a calm, settles in, a sense that some lights are made to last forever. Red dwarfs may be small, but they quietly shape the galaxy through their sheer abundance and longevity. They make up the majority of stars, weaving a soft, steady framework of light that holds the Milky Way together in subtle ways. Their gentle gravity guides nearby dust and drifting objects, helping form new systems over time. Because they live for trillions of years, they provide ongoing stability, remaining constant as larger stars flare, fade, and disappear. This persistence creates a calm backdrop against which the rest of the galaxy evolves. Imagining these countless tiny stars glowing softly across vast distances reveals a hidden structure, a quiet network of endurance and balance. And as you picture their influence, a sense of steady support settles in, like a soft foundation beneath the night. Many of the stars closest to our sun are gentle red dwarfs, glowing with soft light that often goes unnoticed from Earth. They sit quietly in the cosmic neighborhood, their faint radiance reaching us only as a subtle whisper against the night. These nearby stars live calm, patient lives, shining with a steadiness that feels reassuring in the vastness of space. Some host small planets, others drift alone, but all share the same quiet presence that defines their kind. Because they are so close, their subtle motions can be traced across the sky, like slow-moving lanterns shifting over long stretches of time. Imagining these quiet neighbors brings a sense of closeness in an otherwise enormous universe, a reminder that even in the deep dark, we are surrounded by gentle companions. Around many red dwarfs, entire worlds remain hidden from ordinary sight, glowing faintly in infrared light that human eyes cannot see. These planets move through warm, gentle twilight, their surfaces illuminated by wavelengths that slip quietly past our vision. To telescopes tuned to infrared, they appear as soft, glowing spheres, their heat signatures revealing landscapes wrapped in subtle warmth. Because their stars shine so coolly, much of their light shifts into this invisible spectrum, creating worlds that feel secret and serene. Imagining these hidden planets bathed in colors we cannot perceive brings a sense of mystery softened by calm. It reminds you that the universe holds beauty beyond the limits of sight, a quiet realm glowing just beneath the edge of perception, waiting patiently in the dark. Red dwarfs may be small and faint, but they remain among the universe's most faithful companions. Their gentle glow endures through cosmic ages, outlasting brighter stars that burn fiercely and fade quickly. Because they live so long, they quietly witness the slow unfolding of galaxies, carrying their soft light through eras far beyond our imagining. Planets orbiting these stars move within a calm, steady environment, warmed by a glow that never rushes or dims abruptly. In their quiet way, red dwarfs offer a sense of constancy that feels deeply comforting, a reminder that some presences remain even as everything else changes. As you imagine these enduring stars scattered across the galaxy, you may feel their stability settling in you, like a soft reassurance woven through the night. When a sun-like star reaches the final chapter of its long life, it leaves behind a white dwarf, an object no bigger than a planet, yet carrying the quiet memory of a once brilliant star. These remnants shine softly, not through new fire, but through the lingering warmth held deep within their dense cores. Their light is gentle, fading slowly over billions of years, as if they are settling into a peaceful rest after a lifetime of shining. Nothing dramatic surrounds them now, no flames, No storms, just a calm glow suspended in the dark. White dwarfs are the universe's way of whispering that endings can be serene, full of quiet dignity. And as you imagine their soft, fading warmth, you may feel a similar stillness settle gently inside you. Neutron stars are among the densest objects in the universe, yet their presence feels strangely quiet, as if all their former brilliance has been compressed into a single, silent heartbeat. Born from the collapse of massive stars, they pack unimaginable weight into a sphere no larger than a city, holding their gravity so tightly that even atoms are pressed into stillness. Despite this intensity, they sit in space with a calm that borders on eerie, dark, compact, and quietly powerful. Their surfaces are smooth and cold, their light faint or sometimes absent, as though the universe has folded their energy inward. Imagining a neutron star is like picturing silence made solid, a quiet knot of gravity resting in the dark. And in that dense silence, a strange peace begins to form. Pulsars shine like rhythmic beacons in the dark, sending out steady pulses of light as they spin with incredible precision. Each rotation sweeps a beam across space, creating a gentle pattern that repeats over and over like a cosmic heartbeat echoing through the night. Though they are born from the collapse of massive stars, their signals feel calm from afar. Soft flashes arriving at intervals so regular they seem like whispers timed perfectly. These pulses travel across unimaginable distances, yet they reach us with a surprising clarity, carrying the quiet rhythm of a star that has transformed into pure timing. Imagining these distant beacons turning endlessly brings a sense of order, a peaceful reminder that even in the vast darkness, something steady keeps time for the universe. Magnetars are neutron stars taken to an extreme, holding magnetic fields so powerful that they reshape the very space around them. Yet from a distance, these giants appear calm, their immense strength wrapped in silence. Their surfaces may shift and crack with slow internal tension, but the light they release is often soft and fleeting, like brief sparks against a vast night. Most of the time, they rest in quiet stillness, their power contained within a tiny, dense sphere no wider than a city. To imagine a magnetar is to picture immense force, compressed into a peaceful form, strength without chaos, tension held in silence. And as you envision this quiet giant suspended in space, you may feel a deep steadiness rising within you, a calm shaped by hidden power. In many corners of the galaxy, stars do not travel alone. Binary systems bring two suns into a shared orbit, moving around each other with a grace that feels almost like a slow celestial dance. Their paths are shaped by mutual gravity, creating a balance where neither star dominates. Instead, they glide in harmonious motion, each one guiding and responding to the other. From afar, their combined light blends into a single gentle glow, a soft union of two luminous hearts. Sometimes one star is brighter, sometimes they match, but their connection remains steady as they drift through space together. Imagining these twin stars moving in perfect rhythm brings a sense of companionship, a reminder that even in the vast solitude of the universe, harmony can arise from shared motion. In some binary systems, the closeness between two stars creates a quiet exchange of material, a slow transfer that looks dramatic in name but unfolds with surprising calm. One star, often older or denser, gently pulls gas from its companion, drawing it across space in soft, glowing streams. The material drifts like a luminous ribbon, wrapping around the receiving star in delicate spirals. Though the process sounds fierce, it happens slowly, guided by gravity rather than violence. The donating star dims slightly, the receiving one brightens, and together they settle into a new balance. Imagining this gentle sharing transforms the idea of cannibalism into something more tender, an exchange shaped by quiet necessity, a silent give and take, unfolding calmly in the dark. Symbiotic stars live in a delicate partnership, two very different suns sharing light and material in a quiet, ongoing exchange. One is often a cool, expanded giant, drifting softly through its late stages, while the other is a compact, hungry companion that gathers some of the giant's drifting gas. Instead of conflict, the pair settles into harmony, warm clouds of shared material glowing softly between them like a bridge of light. Their combined presence creates gentle cycles of brightening and dimming, each phase unfolding over years or decades. From afar, their interaction appears peaceful, a slow blending of energies that shapes a unique, shimmering glow. Imagining these gentle partners drifting through space brings a sense of connection, a reminder that even stars can share life in quiet balance. Occasionally, two stars drift so close that their paths slowly intertwine, leading to a rare and gentle merger. This union doesn't happen in a sudden flash, but over long stretches of time, as their outer layers mingle and their cores gradually drift toward each other. The process forms a glowing, swirling envelope of gas, shimmering like a slow-motion embrace in the dark. As the stars blend, their combined light grows softer and more luminous, creating a serene radiance that spreads through nearby space. Though the idea of merging sounds dramatic, the reality, viewed from afar, feels peaceful, like two flames leaning together until they become one steady glow. Imagining this quiet fusion brings a sense of unity, a reminder that even vast celestial bodies can come together with tenderness. When massive stars or dense remnants move in close, their motion can send gentle ripples through the very fabric of space. These are gravitational waves, subtle stretches and compressions that travel outward like faint vibrations across a cosmic ocean. Though born from powerful events, the waves themselves glide quietly through the universe, passing effortlessly through stars, planets, and empty space. By the time they reach us, they are incredibly soft, far too delicate to feel, detectable only by instruments built to sense the slightest tremor. Imagining space itself rippling like calm water brings a soothing sense of fluidity, as if the universe breathes in slow, gentle motions. These waves remind us that even great forces can echo softly, leaving tender traces in the vast, silent dark. When stars or compact remnants collide, the universe records the moment not with loud noise, but with a soft echo carried through light and gravity. The collision itself unfolds far from our world, its brilliance dimmed by distance until only a quiet shimmer remains. Debris spreads outward in gentle, glowing arcs, and gravitational waves ripple through space like fading rings on still water. The violence that begins the event transforms into calm patterns, shaped by time and distance into something serene. What reaches us are the whispers of that ancient meeting, soft signals, delicate brightening, a faint tremor in space-time. Imagining these gentle echoes reminds you that even the most dramatic events mellow into peace. The universe absorbs the impact, leaving behind a tranquil memory drifting through the dark. A star's aging unfolds with a patience that spans millions, even billions of years, Each change so gradual that it feels more like a soft shift in mood than a transformation. As the star slowly uses its fuel, its light may deepen or soften, its outer layers warming and expanding with the calm rhythm of something settling into a new phase. Nothing happens abruptly. The star adjusts with quiet acceptance, drifting gently toward the next chapter of its long life. Its glow becomes a little warmer, its surface a little broader, as if it is stretching after a long journey. Imagining this slow aging brings a sense of ease, a reminder that growth and change can happen gently, without rush. A star moving gracefully through time, unhurried and luminous. As a star begins its transformation into a red giant, it swells with a slow and graceful expansion, growing larger and softer in appearance. Its outer layers drift outward like a warm breath released into space, spreading a gentle glow across the darkness. The core contracts and heats, while the surface cools and reddens, giving the star a new ember-like warmth. This change is not sudden or chaotic. It unfolds over millions of years, shaped by the star's quiet adjustments to its own shifting balance. From afar, the transformation looks peaceful, like a lantern gradually brightening and softening at the same time. Imagining this gentle swelling brings a sense of acceptance, a reminder that even dramatic change can happen with calm, a star easing into a broader, warmer form. When a red giant reaches the end of its gentle expansion, it releases its outer layers into space, creating a planetary nebula, a quiet blossom of light and color. These drifting shells of gas spread outward like delicate petals, glowing softly as the fading core illuminates them from within. The patterns they form are graceful and symmetrical, shaped by slow winds and the calm unfolding of the star's final breath. Blues, greens, and pinks mingle in airy waves, turning the surrounding darkness into a floating garden of cosmic mist. Despite their beauty, these blossoms are fleeting on cosmic timescales, lasting only a moment compared to the star's long life. Imagining these luminous petals drifting outward brings a sense of peaceful release, like a final exhale dissolving gently into space. After the soft bloom of a planetary nebula fades, the star's remaining core settles into life as a white dwarf, glowing with the residual warmth of its long past. Over billions of years, this quiet remnant cools gently, its brilliance slowly dimming like a hearth ember easing into rest. No new fusion burns within it now. The light it gives off is simply leftover heat, released in slow, steady breaths. Its surface, once blazing, becomes calmer and cooler, shifting from bright white to soft blue and eventually to a faint, warm gray. This cooling unfolds in perfect silence, a patient descent into stillness. Imagining this long, peaceful fading brings a sense of deep calm, as though even stars, after lifetimes of shining, find their way into quiet sleep. Deep within the hearts of aging stars, new elements take shape in quiet, glowing layers. Fusion arranges them gently, building heavier atoms from lighter ones in a process that unfolds without sound, like intricate work done by invisible hands. These elements, carbon, oxygen, iron, and countless others, form slowly, shaped by a steady pressure and calm heat. When the star eventually releases them into space, they drift outward as soft dust, carried on silent winds through the galaxy. Over time, these tiny particles gather into new clouds, new stars, new worlds, and even the building blocks of life. Imagining these elements born in such stillness brings a sense of wonder, a reminder that creation often happens quietly. From silence comes substance, and from the heart of a fading star, everything begins again. Long before a supernova lights the sky, the star enters a slow and solemn preparation, building toward its final moment with quiet inevitability. Deep inside, its core becomes increasingly dense, layers fusing in stages that unfold with measured pace. Each step draws the star closer to a threshold, yet from the outside, it still appears calm, its massive surface glowing steadily, hiding the pressure gathering within. Over thousands of years, its structure shifts, its balance falters, and the core grows heavier, like a deep breath held too long. This slow build is not violent. It is patient, almost contemplative, as though the star is gathering its final strength. Imagining this gradual tension brings a hushed anticipation, a sense of stillness before release, as the universe waits for light to bloom. When a massive star finally releases its long-held breath in a supernova, the brilliant moment that follows scatters its deepest layers into space. What remains is not destruction, but transformation. The heavy elements formed quietly in the star's core are carried outward in glowing clouds, drifting through the galaxy like soft ashes lit from within. Over time, these particles cool and settle, becoming tiny grains of stardust. They float for ages, joining other clouds, weaving themselves into new stars, new planets, and eventually the ingredients of life. Imagining this gentle scattering brings a profound sense of continuity, the idea that nothing truly ends, it simply changes form. A star's final act becomes a gift to the cosmos, its ashes turning into the seeds of future light. After a star releases its final glow, what remains drifts quietly through the galaxy, carried by gentle currents of gravity and time. These remnants, white dwarfs, neutron stars, expanding gas clouds, or faint ashes of dust, move with a calm that reflects the long journey behind them. They no longer shine with the brilliance they once held, but they still contribute to the quiet structure of the universe, shaping space in subtle ways. Each remnant carries a story written in the particles it releases and the paths it follows. Imagining these pieces of former stars drifting through the dark feels like watching memories float on a slow tide, unhurried and weightless. Their motion reminds us that even after great endings, something continues, softly, quietly, and endlessly through space. Far in the future, our sun will follow a gentle path shaped by the same quiet rhythms that guide countless stars like it. After billions of years of steady shining, it will slowly swell into a warm red giant, its light softening into a deeper glow. Its outer layers will drift away in calm, expanding waves, forming a delicate planetary nebula that glimmers for a short cosmic moment. At the center, a white dwarf will remain, a small bright ember of what once was, glowing with leftover warmth. This ending is not tragic, but peaceful, a natural transformation shared by many stars. Imagining our sun's distant future brings a sense of acceptance, a reminder that even the brightest lights eventually rest, leaving behind beauty that drifts quietly through space. After a star completes its long journey, the space it once illuminated settles into a deep and gentle quiet. The glow fades, the nebula disperses, and the surrounding darkness becomes soft again, filled with the faint whisper of drifting stardust. What remains is not emptiness, but calm, a silent pause in the endless rhythm of creation. In this quiet night, new clouds gather, new seeds form, and the early hints of future stars begin to stir. The universe breathes slowly here, allowing the past to settle and the future to take shape in stillness. Imagining this peaceful aftermath brings a soothing sense of renewal, as if endings and beginnings are woven together in silence. A night that waits patiently, ready for the next gentle spark of light. Humans have always looked toward the stars with a sense of quiet wonder, drawn to their distant glow like moths to gentle lanterns. There is comfort in their constancy, a reassurance that while our lives shift quickly, the sky above remains steady and calm. Their light touches something ancient within us, reminding us of nights spent listening to stories, dreaming of possibilities, or simply resting beneath their silent presence. Stars give us direction, perspective, and a feeling of belonging to something larger. Even without understanding their science, people feel their beauty, soft, distant, patient. Imagining those small lights scattered across the darkness brings a tenderness to the heart, a connection that spans generations. We love stars because they make the vast universe feel peaceful, familiar, and quietly alive. For countless generations, the night sky has offered a comfort older than language. Long before cities glowed or clocks measured time, people sat beneath the stars and felt their quiet reassurance. The sky was a blanket of familiar lights, returning each evening with the same steady calm. Travelers trusted it, storytellers drew meaning from it, and families gathered under its gentle shimmer to rest after long days. In the dark, the stars gave a sense of protection, soft, distant companions watching over the world. Even now, when life feels rushed or crowded, stepping beneath an open sky brings an ancient ease, a reminder that the universe has held its quiet rhythm for ages, and in that steady glow, we feel our own thoughts slow, settling into peaceful stillness. Across the world, different cultures have looked at the same stars and traced their own stories between them, turning scattered points of light into constellations filled with meaning. These patterns became guides, myths, and memories carried through generations like gentle threads woven into the night. Some saw heroes, others saw animals, ships, or spirits, but all found comfort in shaping the sky into something familiar. These constellations became a shared language, connecting people to their ancestors and to distant lands where the same stars shine. Imagining these cultural stories brings a sense of unity, a reminder that humanity, no matter how far apart, has always looked upward with wonder. The sky becomes a tapestry of collective imagination, softly glowing with the stories we tell to feel connected. For thousands of years, travelers found their way by studying the quiet patterns of the night sky. Long before compasses or maps, the stars served as gentle guides, their steady positions helping sailors cross vast oceans and wanderers journey through open lands. The North Star held its fixed place, offering a calm point of direction, while constellations rose and set in predictable rhythms that mark the passage of seasons. Navigating by starlight required patience, a slow trust in the sky's reliability. Imagining those early travelers looking upward for guidance brings a sense of connection to their courage and stillness. The stars were partners in their journeys, silent companions lighting the path ahead. And even now, their quiet presence continues to whisper direction to anyone willing to look. Long before clocks marked the hours, the stars taught humans how to understand time. Their rising and setting traced gentle rhythms across the sky, guiding the shifts of seasons. planting cycles, and nightly routines. People watched the slow drift of constellations, noticing how they returned to the same place after months, like reliable friends arriving right on schedule. This celestial rhythm shaped early calendars and helped communities move in harmony with nature's pace. Even today, the stars continue their steady motion, reminding us that time can be measured in quiet, elegant patterns rather than hurried seconds. Imagining this slow cosmic rhythm brings a sense of grounding, as if the universe itself is keeping time with a soft, patient heartbeat, inviting us to move more gently through our own days. Across ages and cultures, stars have carried a warmth far beyond their light, glowing at the heart of myths that comforted entire communities. People gathered around fires and shared stories of heroes, gods, spirits, and creatures traced across the sky, each tale adding a gentle glow to the night. These myths made the universe feel familiar, turning distant lights into companions with personalities, lessons, and kindness. The warmth of these stories lingered long after the words faded, passed down through generations as quiet threads of reassurance. Imagining this ancient storytelling brings a soft sense of connection to those who lived long before us, looking up at the same sky and finding meaning in its shimmer. In their myths, the stars became gentle guardians, warming the night with memory. When we look at the night sky, the stars often feel like quiet mirrors, reflecting emotions we struggle to name. Their steady glow can soothe worry, their vastness can ease loneliness, and their gentle shimmer can awaken a sense of hope. On calm nights, they seem to echo our peace. On heavy nights, they remind us that even the darkest sky holds light. People project their wishes, memories, and dreams onto these distant suns, finding comfort in their quiet presence. The stars do not change for us, yet they feel different depending on the heart that looks up at them. Imagining this soft reflection brings a tender sense of connection, as if the universe understands our inner tides and responds with steady, patient light. Looking into the night sky offers a perspective so vast that it gently softens the weight of everyday worries. The stars stretch across distances almost impossible to imagine, reminding us that our troubles, though real, exist within a much larger and calmer tapestry. Their quiet glow encourages the mind to loosen its grip, to breathe a little deeper, and to see life from a softer angle. In their presence, even the busiest thoughts slow down, settling into a rhythm that matches the steady ancient light above. This cosmic perspective doesn't diminish our lives. It simply places them within a broader peace, showing that the universe has moved through countless cycles and still remains serene. Imagining this quiet immensity brings a grounding calm, as if the night itself is whispering reassurance. No matter where we stand on Earth, the sky connects us beneath one vast canopy of stars. Different horizons, different languages, different lives. But above us, the same gentle lights drift across the night. People on opposite sides of the world look up at constellations that mirror each other, tracing familiar shapes, finding comfort in the same quiet glow. This shared sky becomes a bridge, reminding us that even in distance we are linked by something ancient and peaceful. Imagining countless eyes gazing upward at the same moment brings a sense of unity, a soft reminder that we all find solace in the same lights. The stars become a quiet meeting place, a calm gathering point for every soul, beneath their steady shine. As the night deepens and the stars settle into their quiet glow, a gentle stillness begins to fill the space around you. The soft rhythm of the universe feels closer now, like a calm tide, drawing your thoughts into slower, quieter patterns. Each breath grows easier, each moment feels lighter, as if the weight of the day is slipping away into the darkness. The stars above continue their silent watch, steady and patient, guiding you toward rest without a single word. Their distant light becomes a lullaby, soothing the mind, easing the body, inviting you to drift inward. And as your eyes grow heavier, the night wraps you in its quiet embrace. You drift softly, peacefully, into sleep, held by the calm of the endless sky.